I absolutely love The Last of Us main theme soundtrack. It's haunting, atmospheric, and gripping. One part of why this soundtrack feels like the way it feels is because it was written in the minor key, which is stereotypically associated with the feeling of sadness. So I was thinking, what if I rewrite the song in all 7 musical modes and the scales? All of these scales have their own stereotypical feelings that people associate with. If I remake the song and change its notes and chords and instrumentation, would that make the song completely feel different? Now let me address the Rat King in the room. For these remakings of the song, I'm not gonna redo the original guitar-centered sound, because first of all, look at this instrument. I don't have anything even close to resemble this sound. So I'm gonna go with the average indie game soundtrack type music, like the ones you've heard in Undertale or Hotline Miami. But not just that. For every mode that I'm tackling in this video, I have to do a whole set of sound design. That means that if I'm trying to write the major scale notes, I can't use the sounds I used in previous scale. I have to start over completely and make new unique sounds. Let's start with the safest one, the Phyrigian scale. Compared to the original minor scale, this mode has one extra flat note. So I just grabbed the main melody and turned every F sharp note into F natural note. But that's not enough, because I also need to choose some new chords. The old chords won't work with our new melody. I came up with this chord progression, which, as you can see, have the F natural notes that define the difference between minor scale and the Phrygian scale. The Phrygian scale is famous for its exotic, moody, and dramatic characteristic sound. So I made sure to use the sounds that elevate these feelings. This is how The Last of Us main theme would sound like if it was made in the Phrygian scale. So this one out of the way, we take a step back and go to the minor scale. But wait, I hear you say, isn't the original track already in minor scale? Well, in the title of the video, I promised you all the 7 musical modes. So I have to do something about it, or I will not be able to sleep tonight for lying in your face. Well, here we're gonna use the harmonic minor scale, which technically doesn't count as one of the major modes, but let's not get this more complicated than it is. All you must know is that it has an extra sharp note and it sounds awesome. In the melody line there is no D note that I can sharp, so the melody stays the same as the original version, which means I have to rely heavily on chords and sound design to make it feel the way it sounds. People usually think of the feelings of this scale as melancholic, oriental, and intense. Let's listen to it and see if it's accurate. Next we're going to the land of Dorians, and unlike the fruit, this scale is pretty pleasant. This scale has a C sharp note that is the key difference between Dorian and natural minor scale. Just like the harmonic minor scale, I didn't have to change the original melody because there isn't any C note in it. So again, I need to rely heavily on the chords and sound design. Here in the chord section, these red notes are the C sharp notes that is going to be in the song. Speaking of sound design, I hope you don't mind the synthesizer aesthetic that I'm going with. It's kinda my favorite style, and I hope you've been enjoying it too. The Dorian scale is famous for its soulful, smooth, and slightly mysterious sound. I guess now is the time to listen to the song and see if it works. Myxolydian is our next mode. It has a C sharp and a G sharp compared to the original minor scale. As you can see, I changed the notes of the melody to fit the new mode. And in this chord progression, these red notes are all of the C sharp and G sharps that I added. That makes it stand out compared to the original minor scale. I don't have much to say about this one except that Myxolydian mode is described often to be upbeat, playful and funky. Let's see if all of this translates well. So next one is the major scale, and for this one we have G sharp, C sharp and D sharp. From now on it's gonna get really wild and it's going to feel really different from the original. You know what's the deal from now on, it's the vanilla major scale after all. I'm changing the notes and put this major scale chord progression on the loops and make some sounds that serves it well. So if you made it till here, that means you actually have been enjoying this video and the types of content I've been making. Don't worry, I'm not gonna waste couple of minutes asking desperately to like and subscribe, which would be great if you do. But I want to ask you which of these 3 ideas I should work on for the next video. The first idea is making soundtrack for 3 random indie games. With this idea, I will watch a gameplay of a random indie game on mute and try to make a soundtrack that matches it well. The second idea is making mashups of random video game soundtracks that may or may not work with each other. For example, Hollow Knight and Deltarune soundtrack mashup. And finally, the third one is remaking the Souls games soundtrack as 2D indie game music. That would be cool, wouldn't it? Which one of these 3 ideas you want to see here on YouTube? Let me know in the comments. Now let's go back to our topic and play The Last of Us main theme in the major scale. Next up is a Lydian scale and it has all of these notes right here. Yeah, this is as far as we can go in terms of note differences. The Lydian scale is often described as being dreamy, surreal and whimsical. This is the kind of music that you listen to while making a hot chocolate in the afternoon and reading a fantasy novel while sitting under a tree. Nothing more to elaborate on. Let's listen to the song. And the last one, the final one, the Locrian scale. This scale is kind of famous for being tense, unstable and unsettling. So I was expecting the final work to become this horror soundtrack of the ages. But not really. It sounds like a beautiful, sorrowful ballad. Maybe I should let you judge for yourself. Let's have a listen. So guys, this is it for this video. Let me know what kind of content do you want me to make in the next video. I see you maybe a week, maybe in 2 weeks. I don't know. I see you, definitely.